people. Let's do this. It's Monday again, y'all. We back down here to the Almond Delights Reading Corner. This week, we'll be reading MUSE, a love and gospel music novel by yours truly, Mr. Timothy Blaine. Why don't you guys go over to Amazon.com, download your books today. Don't forget to leave a review, y'all. And while you're over here at YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel, Mr. Timothy Blaine. Y'all go on ahead and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, AlmondBrown09, over on Instagram. Email me. We over here reading, y'all. Are you ready? Hey y'all! Hey y'all, we back over here reading, y'all. We down here to the Almond Delights Reading Corner, honey. I have not seen you guys in 2 weeks. I feel like it's been so long. It's been a long time. What y'all got going on, honey? It's your girl Almond Brown 09, and we are down here, baby, and we are about to read MUSE, honey, by Mr. Timothy Blaine. So all of the links to the book will be down in the description box below. Everything that you're going to need to know about this book and other information, y'all, please check out the description bar, okay? Because I ain't type all this stuff out for nothing. Okay. So, of course, this is my first time I ordered the book and set it down. I was not going to touch it until I got here with you guys, and then I bookmarked the chapters so I know where I'm going to be at. We're going to try to get through 2 chapters tonight. We should be able to get through two. You know, since I have not seen you guys in 2 weeks, we should be able to get through 2 chapters, but we'll see how long that's going to take. So, disclaimer as always, honey, there may be some cussing. I don't know yet, but just in case, you know, we got some people here with virgin ears and all that good stuff. It may be some cussing and some other things in the book. I'm not sure yet, but so we'll know beforehand. So we'll know beforehand. I want to get that out of the way. And I am going to read the back of the book first so we can kind of get an understanding almost of it. And this is the third book in his series, his Love and Gospel Music series. We've read Love and Gospel Music, What's Wrong with Telling the Damn Truth. We've read that one. We've also read um, the Epiphany. So that's also a part of this series. If you guys have not heard that, you can still hear it out of sequence and you'll still know what's going on. Because I read the Epiphany first, and then I came back and read Love and Gospel Music. So this is the third one in the trilogy. So it is called Muse by Mr. Timothy Blaine, a love and gospel music novel. So yeah, Lord, I feel like I'm this is all new to me. Like I don't know how to read. So if I'm stumbling over my words, honey, I ain't had nothing to drink. It's been a while since I've been down here reading with y'all. But if you can share the video out, please share the video out. I thank you guys for coming down here on this good old Monday, giving me your ears, relaxing, and just, you know, listening to us over here read. I will acknowledge you at the end of the live, and I also will be pulling my next envelope. For those of you that know about the 100 days of saving, I'll be pulling my next envelope here with you guys. I decided to wait. So we'll be doing that at the end of the live so you guys can see what I have to put in there and how much. Okay. All right. So we're going to read the back of the book. Let's see what's going on. On the next morning, as I hurried on my way to my favorite Starbucks, which happened to be my favorite spot for people watching and fleshing out new characters for a novel, I found the sight of this talented young guy sitting on that filthy floor particularly disturbing. His hands and clothes were a little dirty. No, not dope fiend dirty, or I don't give a shit dirty. Obviously, there was some effort at keeping himself together, but Muse is the third book in the Love and Gospel Music series. The story opens with the novelist protagonist, Carson Elliott, reaching out to help a struggling young musician singer he meets in a subway concourse. Was it soprano? No, soprano is a woman's range. I didn't know that much. Maybe some kind of rare tenor or a falsetto. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why a dude with a voice like that seemed obsessed with performing church music. Frustrated, blocked Arthur meets down. Frustrated, blocked Arthur meets down and out gospel singer. Or was he that? Who or what exactly was this person? Okay, so we're gonna get into this book, honey. Uh, Love and Gospel Music. It was edited by Gamis Carter. I want to give everybody their due, their just due. Thank you for everyone that's coming in joining us. If you can share the video out, please do so. Please do so. Thank you very much. Dedication for the singing cowboy at Civic Center Station. The Spark, the Muse. Ooh, honey. Chapter 1, Concourse. There he was again, sitting on that filthy, cold concrete floor which lies beneath the streets of San Francisco. The subway system for this city is MUNI, and on a lower level, BART, which connects cities and counties and airports and, well, you get the picture. MUNI for the city, BART for the whole Bay Area. This guy I'm talking about now is always, so far as I can tell, on the conquest level, just beneath the street above both train levels, and usually pretty much in the very same spot at Power Street Station. He'd probably be considered a street musician by most, although technically he's not since he does his work underground, which of course is not a street. He's far from alone in his daily endeavor. San Francisco has got musicians, singers, tap dancers, ventriloquists, and well, trouble is the good, the bad, and the horrendous are all clanging and banging side by side. A few of them very well polished, played on good, even classical instruments, probably music students offsetting the cost of books and living in a city such as this. A few more legitimate street entertainers scratching by with what they do best. Then there's a lion's share, homeless people, just making noise for a buck. I knew the street life, knew it far better than I cared to, far better than any sane person would. Anyway, I want to talk about this dude I kept running into beneath the streets of the city. I'm guessing 22, but definitely no more than 24 years old. Probably black and Latino, or maybe some other combination. His race was not easily determined on sight, but he sure did rest easy on the eyes. Not too hard to find good looking people among the young, of course. What caught and then held my attention about this particular good looking young man was when he opened his mouth, or better to say, when he played the instrument. A gifted man with a biological heart lodged in his throat. Okay. Mm. No matter his race or nationality, this bird could chirp like no other bird I've ever encountered on or beneath the streets of the city. Was it soprano? No. Soprano is a woman's range. I did know that much. Maybe it was some kind of rare tenor or falsetto. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, and I couldn't for the life of me figure why a dude with a voice like that seemed obsessed with performing church music. Perhaps the gospel angle was simply a calculated ploy to loosen the purse of burned out, alms for poor, weary pedestrians as they rushed by, making a conscious effort to not make eye contact with the city's beggars. A beggar, my God, what must it be like for a guy like him? How good would one have to be to break through and actually be heard against such a backdrop? On the next morning, as I hurried on my way to my favorite Starbucks, which happened to be my favorite spot for people watching and fleshing out new characters for a novel, I found the sight of this talented young guy sitting on that filthy floor particularly disturbing. His hands and clothes were a little dirty, not dope fiend dirty, or I don't give a shit dirty. Obviously, there was some effort at keeping himself together, but hey, what's up, my man? I said. Looks like you're getting a slow start today. So, you finally said something, said the musician, setting up his gear. I see you around here a lot. You're good. I mean, your sound. You have a hell of a voice, brother. Very unique. If I'm so good, asked the young man, why you never put anything in the hat? I see you walking by pretty much every morning, always stopping for a bit, sometimes even looking back over your shoulder. You're right. I've been robbing you blind. I said, pulling a 20 from my front pocket. Feasting on the talent for free. I had to hand him the money since he had yet to place the gold mining hat on the ground. Thanks, man, he said, accepting the bill and shoving it deep into his right sock, which was also very dirty. That settled it. This dude was living on the streets. Sure, I don't see a lot of those around here, he said, while switching out old batteries in his battered microphone. Hopefully, this is a sign. That's usually about what I get for the whole morning. You should be getting a lot more for what you do, I said. You think the setting here might be have something to do with it? Welcome to the world of the $1 bill. Some of the guys do quite a bit better, especially the ones that look like they don't need the money. Ain't that some shit? Maybe I should take up the fucking cello or oh shit, here comes Lucy and Ethel. I looked behind me to see two police officers, one male and one female, working their way towards us as they used their nightsticks to tap on the shoe soles of several sleeping or passed out men lined up around the subway terminal walls. Which one's Ethel? I asked. Morning. She's the sidekick, said the musician. Lucy's the redhead. What's your name, brother? They call me Spider. And yours? Carson, I said, extending my hand. Looks like this might be a great time to go for a cup of coffee. Actually, I was hoping I'd run into you today. Huh? Said Spider. I want to kick something around with you, brother. Could be an opportunity. Well, the cops are going to make me keep it moving anyway. What you want to talk about, man? I know a spot, I said. It's right at the top of the escalator. Here, let me help you get your stuff. Okay, so here's the rundown. Spider Man was a 25-year-old newbie from Fresno, California. He'd been here just over 6 months, but the money he brought with him only lasted about 4.5. The weekly hotel where he'd been staying would only carry him a couple of weeks on promises. Now they were giving him one more week to pick up his things. After that, he, like a couple thousand other young people around the city, would be carrying everything he owned either on his back or in a cart. This was not a new story. Sooner or later, the hard living would bring on the hard drugs. After one or more of the most addictive, heroin, crack, or meth sunk into their talents, into his flesh, his chances of realizing any part of his promise would drop to near nothing. My mission? Do something. Maybe, just maybe, it wasn't too late. Me, my name is Carson Elliott. I'm 34, been living in the city about 33 years. There were a couple failed attempts at New York City. Black, gay, single, unemployed, and loving it. At least I'll be loving it for the next 2 weeks anyway. That's when I get the very last unemployment check. No doubt I hate it after that. Oh, I'll still love being black and gay, maybe even single. It's just this work thing. No, I'm not totally desperate. I won't have to wait until the fridge and kitchen cabinets are on empty, or hear the lovely tap tap of an eviction notice being secured at eye level. My parents own the apartment building where I live, and three others around the city, two bigger ones in Oakland. They've got more than enough work to keep me busy for the next 10 or 20 or 30 years. Trouble is, I'm just not interested. I've got my own dreams, none of which included our oh, none of which included changing our old toilet seats, setting out garbage bins, or getting cussed the fuck out every time I politely mentioned that someone's rent was a little overdue. Thanks for the coffee, said Spider as we took seats on an outside table. So you've been waiting for me? Yeah, I've wanted to talk to you for a while, I said. The timing just never seemed right. I'm a little shy, and there's not much of a break between your songs. I'm not gay, Carson. What? Don't flatter yourself, dude, I said. Anyway, me wanting you is not something either of us needs to be worrying about. Trust me on that one. Believe it or not, I get quite a few offers, said Spider, even down here. It's the face and youth, brother, which I'm sorry to say are fleeting even under the best conditions. I wanted to talk about something at least a little more under our control. So you brought me up here to cheer me up about the inevitability of my vanishing youth. That it? Actually, I initially wanted to talk to you about your music. I said, I know some people, but now I do not know. But now I don't know. Looks like you might have a few more pressing issues. Really? Like what? The duffel bag? Your clothes are, well, I mean, no disrespect, man, but so you think I'm dirty? Said Spider, pushing his chair back a little. Have you gotten a good whiff yet? I'm sure I probably stink a little too. Forgot the bubble bath this morning. Sorry. I didn't ask I didn't ask you up here to insult you, man. Just say what's on your mind, dude. You don't want to see me pissed off. Relax, man. I lived in Golden Gate Park for 2 years when I was your age, which wasn't all that long ago. I'm not judging you, Spider. I just really like your voice, man. I'd like to try to help you. You're in the music industry? Nope. Own or manage a club? He asked. Oh, I got it. You're a choir director. Is that it, Carson? Am I right about it? No. Look, man, I said. My parents have a few properties around the city. I'm guessing you need a place. Maybe we can help each other out. I don't understand, said Spider. I thought this was about my music. Trust me, brother. You're never going to be taken seriously playing for loose change on that concourse. We need to get you into a venue where that sound you make can be appreciated. We? Yeah, you and me, I said. I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks now. So, yeah, I guess you could say I've been checking you out. So, what's in it for you, Carson? And be honest, man. Let's just say you inspire me. I think we need to say a little more than that, he said. Why bother? Okay, okay. So I'm a writer. You want to interview me? He asked. You're a professional journalist? Well, technically, I think you need to be making a living to call yourself a professional anything. No, actually, I'm a novelist. I write about criminals and mysterious circumstances. How many? Five. I was working on the sixth until I said, well, I started working on something new. I know you're probably wondering what the hell that has to do with your music, right? Nah, I understand. It's the muse thing. Next, you're going to tell me that my voice inspires your writing. That it? You know, I mean, I said, my eyes slightly budging. I mean, it's just the strangest damn thing I've ever heard of. The second time I heard you singing, I know it was the blood down in that concourse. Dude, I must have heard that song sung 100 times by nearly as many people, but I never. It was like I could almost see the blood of Christ running down over the subway tile down there. That was what I had been missing. My readers needed to see, to feel. I went home and deleted most of what I had been working on over the past few months. I immediately started a new approach, and it's so much better, man. I feel like I owe you, brother. Well, here we go again, said Spider. Believe it or not, this is not the first time I've heard that. I've even worked with a couple of dudes. Of course, pretty much anybody or anything for that matter can be somebody's muse for creating something. There's just this thing about my family and writers. My patriarchal grandmother, who was a black woman, married 3 times, all 3 of her husbands were writers, 2 of them novelists. So, what do you consider yourself, Spider? I asked. I mean, as far as I'm black, he said. Well, technically, I'm black and Jewish. My mom is Jewish, not very maternal though. I hardly know her. I was raised by my dad's people, not by him, I asked. Dude, if you must know it all, I'm 25 years old. My dad has been locked up for 19 of those years. Actually, he lives here in the Bay Area too. He's a lifer at San Quentin. I'm sorry, man. You get along with your family? I guess so, he said. Except pretty much everybody in my family thinks I'm either stupid or crazy as hell for coming up here. They're pretty much all diehard subordinates. San Francisco might as well be on a different planet. I'm sorry. They're pretty much all diehard suburbanites. San Francisco might as well be on a different planet. It's a pretty bold move, man. The city can be kind of hard on newcomers. So what's your plan, Spider? Why San Francisco? Why not? I mean, I stayed home until I was 24 years old. It was way past time to get off the toilet. I like it here, man. I'm not going back. Kind of a rough start. Let's talk about you, Carson, said Spider. You said you were waiting for me. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, Spider Man. My parents have been holding the job of manager of all these SF properties for over a month. The work is backed up, and even if by some miracle I do get caught up, it never stops. I can't write 20 words before the damn phone is ringing. You've done the job before? Yeah, off and on since I was a teenager, I said. Look, it's not really such a bad deal. They always pay me well, plus the apartment. You get free rent? Said Spider. Damn, I wish I had your problems. That's the thing, man. There's a pretty decent space in the basement. Maintenance man used to live there years ago, so I'm pretty sure it's legal. But lately, they've just been storing sinks and shit down there. You want me to come and work for you, Carson? You're offering me a job? It's a chance to get stable, man, I said. It's not hard work, Spider. Mostly painting, keeping the common areas clean, changing the light bulbs, shit like that. How much does it pay? Will it pay? I have to sell my parents on the idea. And of course, you get the studio. So, this is not a real offer then? Oh, it's real, all right. I wouldn't play those kind of games with you, brother. You say the word, and we'll get your stuff over there right now. I'll deal with my parents. Okay, so that would be a hell yeah. I'll take the job. Are you kidding me? It's a sweet setup for a musician, man. Very quiet. Tenants can't hear anything down there. So, what's this about you knowing some people in the music industry, Carson? We'll get to that, I said. Let's get you over to the building. We've got some work to do to get ready. And scene. That was chapter one of Muse, honey. We're going to take a little brief intermission. Don't go nowhere. I said, don't leave. I'm going to come right back. Okay? All right, people. Let's do this. It's Monday again, y'all. We back down here to the Almond Delights Reading Corner. This week, we'll be reading MUSE, a love and gospel music novel by yours truly, Mr. Timothy Blaine. Why don't you guys go over to Amazon.com, download your books today. Don't forget to leave a review, y'all. And while you're over here at YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel, Mr. Timothy Blaine. Y'all go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, AlmondBrown09, over on Instagram. Email me. We over here reading, y'all. Are you ready? Shh. All right, and we are back, honey. So we are gonna get on to chapter two of Muse. So we see Carson finds Spider down there in the concourse, down there at the, at the train station or whatnot. So we're gonna see how they get along and see what this gonna be about, honey. How you just gonna offer your parents place up like that, and you ain't even talk to your mom and them. You don't even talk to your mom and them, okay? But we on chapter two, honey. Ooh, debauche triangle. Okay, nice, said Spider as we entered the well-maintained 20-unit red brick structure in the city's debauche triangle neighborhood. So your folks are rich. They do okay, I said. My dad's a corporate attorney. He's kept long hours for as far back as I can retain memory. My mom works all the real estate. She'll be our boss, but doesn't come around much. Strangely enough, she actually prefers Oakland. Anyway, they moved across the bay a few years back. Retain memory? Wow, he said. That's a little of the rich college kid coming out. Ha ha ha. I laughed. You're a sharp dude. I wrote a little novella called Retained Memory for a creative writing class I took once. That's all that's coming out. So you live upstairs? Yeah, building has 4 floors. I'm on the top floor all the way in the back. Let's go get cleaned up. We'll eat and then I'll show you the studio. He spent the first week sleeping on my couch as we worked diligently on the space in the basement. Dude, I read your first novel last night, said Spider. All of it. Didn't finish until 1 in the morning. Man, I hadn't done that since fucking high school. You're good. I mean, like, damn, you're a great writer, Carson. And I'm not just talking about your storytelling. It's your prose, dude. I absolutely could not put them down. What? How did you Kindle download? He said. $2.99. Best $3 I ever spent. Brother, you didn't have to. Yes, I did. You've done so much for me, dude. Of course, I was curious. Are you just being nice, Spider Man? I said. Did you really like the book that much? We're talking about A Perfect Place to Hide, right? Yep, that's the first one. Teenage killers hiding out in Golden Gate Park. You wrote it when you were about my age. Damn. I know you're saying it's all work of fiction, but I don't know. Seems like there's a lot of, most of the story is fictional. But you really did move into the park for 2 years? Those first novels, I said. Okay, so like with a lot of authors, first books tend to blur the line. I put everything I knew, thought, or imagined in that first one. And yes, I tried to walk a mile in the most of the characters' shoes. But as far as I know, I didn't run into any pack of teenage murderers on the run. You got a paperback copy around? He asked. One we can mess up a little? I want to show you something. Sure. Sure hope it's not some typo or print errors, I said. That was a long time ago, man. No, the book is fantastic, brother. Even if there was a wrinkle or two, which I didn't see any, I wouldn't change even as much as a comma. It's just a little hobby I have. Okay, so sure, I said. I just happen to have a few dozen unsold copies under my. How about a yellow highlighter? He yelled as I left the room. And black coffee if you have it. This is going to blow your mind, Carson. I promise. What was this dude up to? I wondered. Surely he wasn't planning on defacing my firstborn child right in front of me. Okay, my friend, he said as I stepped back into the room, carrying the most used copy of the novel I can find in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other, highlighted in my shirt pocket, just as instructed. I think we can probably agree that you're an extremely talented writer, he continued. And if there is one thing I know, it's music. I can't write it, but I sure as hell know when I'm hearing beautiful lyrics. He then began making lines in my book, lots and lots of yellow lines. I should have been asking him what the hell he thought he was doing. Instead, I sat quietly in a chair across from him thinking, my God, he is beautiful. All right, I've got a question, he said. It's something I've wanted to ask a lot of book writers, all kinds of writers actually. Do you guys like money? Don't you guys like money? Look, Spider Man, I've got a lot of work to. I'm serious, dude. You can sit down and write 400 or 500 pages of beautiful prose and dialogue. What is that? 80, 90,000 fucking words? I thought you said you liked the book. I said, okay, so yeah, it's a lot of words and a whole lot of damn work. And your compensation? What? Look, kid, come on, man. Pause. It's gonna be a lot of cussing, okay? It's gonna be a lot of cussing. Y'all know I normally don't cuss, but it's gonna be some cussing. So listen, this Almond Brown, okay? She just read. Come on, man, he said. How many books you sell this year? Fuck it. Let's take the whole 10 years you've been writing novels. Throw out a number, Carson. Don't be embarrassed. You pissing me off now. Game over. One. 1.5 pages. That's all I'm trying to say, man. He said suddenly, taking me by both of my shoulders. Carson Elliott, you write beautifully. It's a gift from God. Please, just let me show you what I hear in your writing. Let me show you the music, brother. Okay, so let's get something straight. I did not bring that man here for any reason other than what was plainly stated on the day of that initial proposal. I was not just blowing smoke up his ass when I told him I thought he possessed a rare talent. All I wanted to do was help him. There was a good reason to believe I could do just that. Not just with a little legit work and a place to hang his hat. I really did know some people, actually, some fairly big people in the gospel music industry. Let me give you a little backstory here. About 10 years back, my parents and I had fallen out big time. I had just graduated from state and informed them that 4 years had been enough college for me. Well, you could probably have fried hamburger on top of my dad's head. I thought he was going to hit me. We're not talking about a father disciplining an unruly child. I was 24 years old. I thought my dad was going to knock my fucking lights out. He said I had ripped him off for over $100,000. When I told him of my plans to pursue a career as a mystery writer, he did take a swing, then another. And then, fortunately, I was young and in a whole hell of a lot better shape than him. Before he could beat me down, he'd have to catch me first. A few days later, my then boyfriend, Charlie Franklin, called the house looking for me. He was no doubt a little hysterical since he hadn't seen or heard from me in 3 days. According to Charlie, after a few heated words, he'd informed my dad that he was my lover, and unless he got some very good answers as to my whereabouts, he was going to contact the police. Thanks a lot, Charlie Franklin. That's all I needed was to be outed to my parents by your nasty pink. Anyway, I just wasn't into Charlie, which would explain why I didn't bother to call him. After a few days of couch surfing and borrowing socks and t-shirts, I did, however, call my mother. She said she'd meet me at the McDonald's at the corner of Hyatt and Stanton. We had a nice long talk, at the end of which she walked me out into the parking lot, clicked over the trunk of her Mercedes, then got in the driver's seat and started her car. In the trunk were several large black trash bags containing my clothes. I just sat there in a daze on a curb in that McDonald's parking lot for what seemed like hours. Sure, I knew they'd be pissed about my announcement, especially my super ambitious, egomaniacal, bald headed Republican father. He was already trying to dot my I's about school and my lack of interest in his chosen profession. Then comes that stupid ass call from Charlie Franklin. Fuck. What the hell was that? The asshole thought my parents had killed me, then got rid of the body because I didn't want to become a lawyer. I gotta tell you, the thought that that ever dropped my, I gotta tell you, the thought that I'd ever drop my drawers with that stupid ass. Anyway, a whole, after a while, a packed bunch of kids wandered into the lot. Hey, you guys want some clothes? I yelled across the lot. What's the style, man? Yelled an overweight, pimply faced, red headed kid of no more than 16. He looked like he hadn't had a bath, showered, or been hosed down in months. We're kind of particular about what we put on our bodies, man. It looked like most of what they were wearing had been pulled from a garbage disposal, then drug across miles and miles of oil, hot tar, and bad road before they patched it back together to something that could be called clothing. There are a couple of biker jackets and boots in here, I said as I rummaged through a couple of bags, taking only a few essentials that would fit into my backpack. When my parents calmed the fuck down and let me back into the house, I'd tell them I'd been robbed and beaten, maybe even butt raped too. Served them right for treating me that way. Besides, school was over. I deserved all new shit anyway. Kinda lost in that moment, I wandered across the street to Golden Gate Park, where I scored a few joints, dug my iPod out of the backpack, laid my head against a big rock, closed my eyes, and at least for the moment, forgot about my troubles. Dude, wake up, said a tall, black, dreadlocked stranger. Come on, brother, rise and shine. What? Who? What? I stammered, coming awake. What the fuck, man? This is a public service announcement, said a second stranger. This one white, just as tall, with powder blue eyes and an ash blonde ponytail that reached the low part of his back. He was cupping his hands as he was speaking through a foghorn. You have just been ripped off, citizen. By instinct, I looked around for my leather backpack. It was gone. In that same instant, I realized my headphones were still in my ears, yet attached to nothing. Damn it! I yelled. My phone and my fucking iPad were in there. Thought we'd wake you up before somebody got a good look at the watch, said the white man. You do realize where you are. Dude, you're laying out here wearing a fucking Rolex, said the black one. You're lucky you didn't lose a damn arm. Did you see them? I asked. Nah, well, kinda. Look, it could have been anybody, man. Ryan Prescott, said the white one, offering me a hand up. And this my buddy Dallas. Thanks, I said, accepting his hand. Guess that makes me the victim of a crime. Think I should bother calling the cops? They're just a bunch of desperate, hungry kids, man, said Dallas. Why make things worse? It just brings extra heat on the place. Your shit is long gone, dude, said Ryan. Probably already traded for a few dime bags. Besides, said Dallas, you look like you can afford to buy plenty more crap anyway. I guess I should sell the watch, I said, my current circumstances coming back into focus. Damn, they even got my fucking weed. Well, it just so happens, said Ryan, pulling a few joints from his front right pocket. I got Wowie, ganja, or a skunk. Name your poison, dude. Damn, I said. You carry all that around in your front pocket? You guys in the business? Now, wouldn't that be about the craziest damn thing you ever heard of? Said Dallas, shooting Ryan a look. Why in the hell would anybody in that line of work be carrying the shit around in their front fucking pocket? Don't start, Ryan. Don't start, Dallas, said Ryan. Let's take a walk, citizen. The three of us walked down narrow paths through clusters of trees and tall weeds, eventually coming into a small trampled grass clearing. There were a few degraded McDonald's bags, beer cans, dirty clothes, and empty condom wrappers, so guess we were secluded enough to not have to worry about parks and recreation or the cops walking up on us. So this is how I met my friends, Ryan and Dallas. They weren't in the music or any other industry back then. Ryan Prescott was extremely good looking. Actually, Dallas was fine as hell too, just a little less my type. To be honest, Dallas looked a lot like me, which was definitely not my type. I'm one of those that need a little contrast. Anyway, we got high. Actually, we got very high and stayed that way until the park got dark. They had all but offered me a spot on the floor for the night until I made some kind of offhanded remark about the roundness of Ryan's butt cheeks. I know, rude, crude, and disrespectful. But as I said, we were all three high as a kite. At least I didn't get punched in the face. After I saw Dallas's reactions to the comment in my wandering eyes, I was not surprised when the forthcoming invitation never arrived. So they were lovers. I guess I was somehow supposed to know that. Anyway, I had several options for temporary lodgings. After all, I'd been born and raised in the city, had plenty of friends and relatives. Hell, the San Francisco State campus was just a few stops up on Muni, where I could easily crash a half a dozen different places. I couldn't even call up Charlie Frank. Anyway, I didn't call anybody. Just talked a little and did a whole lot of listening to pretty much everybody I came across. When Ryan and Dallas showed up the next afternoon, I had pretty much circled back around the same spot where they had left me. I was quick to apologize for the night before, and Ryan was quick to whip out a few more joints. So, you guys are together? I asked after the first drag. Again, I'm real sorry for it. You never said anything. What's your story, Carson? Said Dallas. You haven't changed clothes. It's abnormal to wear Abercrombie more than one day. Yeah, I hung out here last night. You got a place to go, man? Asked Ryan. If I choose to, I said. Look, man, my parents packed all my shit and dropped it off here yesterday. Damn, said Dallas. They put you out? Again, I said. I think this is either the fifth or sixth time. Whenever they run out of words, which is saying a lot in the case of the Republican, they get out the trash bags. The Republican? Asked Ryan. That's my dad, I said. He wants to be white. Joining the Republican Party, said Dallas. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Claims it's all about the smaller role of government. But anyway, these expulsions usually only last a day or so. At least that's the way it always worked before. Technically, I haven't lived there in about 4 years though. You said your clothes were there? Said Dallas. You moved back in? Yeah, school's out, I said. Both the roommates moved back to their home states. Our apartment was sublet. What about you two? What do you do? Music, they both said in unison. You're in the band? I asked. Have I heard of you guys? I doubt it, said Ryan. Actually around here we're a lot better known for the product you're presently sampling. So I was right, I said. You guys are selling. Not so loud, said Dallas. As soon as these guys catch on, we're out of here. There are more rats in just this part of the park than there are slimy things in Pacific. So at the time the three of us met at Golden Gate Park, 10 long years back they were selling weed. I later found out it was Dallas who was doing most of the selling. Ryan was just a big old pothead like me. The three of us became fast friends and started hanging out all over the Hyatt. Several offers were made for me to squeeze into the tiny apartment on Hyatt Street until my parents came around or I found a place to live. I declined and then decided to let them in on a little secret. I've got my story, I said. I'm sure of it, guys. The book? Asked Ryan. You got an idea for the book? Don't mean to be a downer, dude, said Dallas. But do you really think this is the right time to start writing fiction? Oh, give it a break, Dallas, said Ryan. Anytime is the right time if the inspiration is there. So what are you thinking, man? Well, it's a novel, I said. That's all I'm saying. Come on, dude, said Ryan. Okay, a mystery inspired by the characters in and around the park, I said. And that really is all I'm saying, Ryan. Listen, thanks for the food and shower, guys. I really need to get back over there now. Hold on a minute, said Dallas. I need to say something to you, man. What's up? I asked. It's about the product, Carson, he said. Dude, you're getting high way too much. Hey, said Sky. Like we're not? What's this about, Dallas? The man's a writer. He just announced that he's found something to write about. And this is your reaction? The dude can be making six figures in a couple more years, yelled Dallas. And he wants to write books? Does anybody even fucking read novels anymore? Now, we've been let in on a big earth shattering secret. It's a novel based on the lives of a bunch of fucked up hungry kids living in a damn park. Talk about a fucking bestseller. Oh, shut up, Dallas, said Ryan. You're sounding like a real asshole right now. As if we know what the hell we're doing either. We don't even know what kind of music we want to do, man. All I'm saying is that he needs to get out of that fucking park, Ryan. It can be hella dangerous out there. Believe me, if those kids had any other options, they wouldn't be freezing their little asses out sleeping in them fucking bushes. That's your opinion, I said. You forget the 60s, all the history of this place? Look, this is my life, dude. You don't like my choices? Fuck you. I'll get the shit someplace else. Hold on, Carson, said Sky, grabbing his jacket. I'll walk over with you. That's real fucking nice, Dallas, he said, slamming the door behind us. He's a good dude, Carson, said Sky. I hope you understand it's not you. He's crazy about you. Calls you his little brother. Yeah, I can see that. It's the guilt man, said Sky. The man is in the wrong line of work. Well, Ryan and Dallas did finally figure out what kind of music they wanted to do. And when they came out with it, well, damn, I just never saw it coming. Gospel music. I mean, it's not like I have anything against gospel music. In fact, I was raised on it. Even managed to butcher a few notes and chords myself while in our church's youth choir. That was before the church hired a new music director. Miss Bennett figured out what the problem was pretty quick after her first rehearsal. Me and three others were out. I'll be honest. The youth choir did get a whole lot better after that. Anyway, who would have thought that Ryan Prescott and Dallas Jordan, excuse me, then I go by Sky Davenport and Dallas Withers, don't ask, will record the biggest selling gospel music CD in the history of the genre? I mean, we're talking about my weed connection here. Dallas is the voice. And that Ryan, I mean, Sky, well, I'm just going to say straight out, he is, at least in my head, the best songwriter in any genre living. And scene. So that was chapter 1 and chapter 2 of Muse, honey, of Muse. Yes, a love and gospel music novel by Mr. Timothy Blaine. So we see that, well, I'm going to drop the link. So if this is your first time over here, what I normally do is I would drop the link. If anybody that was listening, if you guys want to come up and discuss what it was that we talked about in the first 2 chapters of the book, you guys can hit the link and come up here on the stream yard and talk to your girl. If not, you can chat, talk down there in the chat or whatnot. But yeah, so if you guys know, like I really want y'all to go back and listen to Love and Gospel Music and the Epiphany because it does tie into the book. So the Ryan Prescott and Dallas or whatnot, we've heard of them before in the other books. So you guys can go back and listen to that as well. But so far, I like it so far too, Sephora. I want to see really what he's going to be able to do uh with his muse, honey, with Spider-Man from down there in the down there with the train and things. I want to see what he's going to be able to do with that, with him moving in with him and all that good stuff. So far so good. I do like the book. So shout out to Mr. Timothy Blaine if you guys know him. I'll put all his information down in the description bar if you guys want to go over and subscribe to his YouTube page. You will get a whole hoot and a holler. I'm just telling you that right now. You'll get a whole hoot and a holler when you go do that. But you guys can still purchase the book. It is available on Kindle. If you have Kindle credit, it's $0. But the book itself, I think it was like $8 or whatnot. You guys can still go over and support the author. Although you guys hear me reading it out loud, it still would be good for you guys to support the author. So I appreciate you guys for those of you that may have already purchased the book in advance. You guys, I appreciate you guys for still supporting our author. So at this time, I am going to do. Yes, it was. Oh, before I do my church announcement. Oh, you can drop your chocolate and your sun emojis in the chat, so I will do my church announcements first. If this is your first time over here listening, over here down here to the reading corner, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, Almond Brown 09. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and so you can be notified when I go live, when I upload a video. You can follow me over on Instagram, instagram.com/Almond Brown 09. If you are an author and you would like your book to be read down here, um, during the reading corner, you guys can email me at almondbrown09@gmail.com. If you would like, oh, hold on, we have a guest. Look, you popped up here. Hold on. Hi.
Hello, here we go again.
I know. Here we go. Here we go again.
Right.
Hold on. Let me get my headphones together
Okay.
so I can hear you. I'm going to put them around my neck because I done broke them. So for you guys that may be watching, if you don't know who this is up here, this is the actual author of the book that we're reading. So he's come over here to have a discussion with us. So thank you so much, Mr. Tim, for allowing me to read yet again another one of your books. So far, we are enjoying it.
Well, thank you for reading.
Absolutely.
a little bit late, but this book is one of my favorite openings. I like the way they,
Really?
in a
Okay.
in the underground. That was the inspiration for the book.
Mm-hmm.
There was this guy underground, the train. He was a white guy and he was singing country and western music, right? But he
Mm-hmm.
sounded so beautiful. It just caught my attention. I said, and then that was that kind of the catalyst for the story. So when I got off the train, I immediately started writing this book.
So this was inspired by a real person.
Yeah, yeah. There's a homeless guy down there hustling change in the underground, and that's
And
how
this was
this novel.
and this was a while back. So how I guess after you started writing or finishing the book, did you ever see him again?
I just saw him just recently.
Really?
He's not homeless anymore. He had a haircut and all that. But I said, you know what? You inspired me to write a novel. I wish I had a copy with me. I'll show you that I'm not bullshitting. Right? He's just a young kid. And I mean, and I told him about how I had heard his voice. His voice was really phenomenal. It's like this real high pitched kind of, I don't know if you call a man's voice soprano or whatever that high note is.
He can be a soprano. A man can be a soprano.
They can? Okay. Well, that's what he
Mhm.
was. He had his beautiful pitch, country and western music, but still, it inspired me to write this book.
So does he still sing? Do you have you heard him sing lately?
No, I saw him, maybe 5 or 6 times since then. But he
Oh
had
man,
a story. He just inspired me with the idea.
that would have been so dope if you was able to give him a book, and so he'll know like, I this is me. I'm this character in this book.
Right, right, right. I am the inspiration.
Right. Oh my goodness. So what did he do? Do you know? I guess what he did after he's not home. You say he's not homeless anymore. So do
Well,
you
he didn't
know?
appear. We didn't have a long conversation. I just happened to be walking the dog right beside him at one point, and I remembered him. You know,
And when did you write this book? Because you wrote this a while back, right?
that was the one. That was the one before the last one. The last one was the label. So it was a 4 book series.
Mhm.
And that one. It had to be. I hadn't written in 3.5 years, so it'd be a year and a half for that. So we talking about 4 or 5 years, 5 years ago, I guess.
Okay, so he should be about 30. He should be almost 30 now.
The kid.
Right. Because you say he was like 24 in the book or 25.
Right.
Also,
But
he a grown man.
it inspired me about a homeless person under the bridge, and he became my muse. There's going to be a big twist with the muse. You probably cover it next week or something.
We are listen. We already know you have these twists and these turns and these people. Like I think my favorite book so far that I read was The Epiphany, and I think it was the people, and just him thinking that he's talking to himself when the dog started talking and all. I think that was and like with the Chinese driver. You see, I still remember the book with the
Right,
Chinese driver and everything. Like I think that's what really tickled me because that was the first book that I read on here, anyways. But
right,
I think the characters and the switch up, it just it tickled me.
right.
But Miss Marla said she feel like these two chapters have really drawn us into the book.
Well, good. I'm sorry about all the cussing. I must have been in my cussing spirit. I cussed in this one more than any of the other ones.
No, that is not true. Oh my God. Listen, Murder in the Beef Sector.
Oh, oh, you've been reading Murder in the Beast sector.
I've uploaded. So I guess you haven't been on your ACX. So I've uploaded what was it? So I have 3 chapters. So I think I've uploaded 6 chapters already. I think.
Oh, you wait.
Yeah, so I've uploaded about 6 chapters already.
Right. Well, they talk like the people in the beef sector.
Listen, I had to realize that when I started reading it because I know sometimes they tell you to read it beforehand so you will get to know what's going on. But I kind of get what's going to be happening, so to speak. I thought I did. But when I was reading it, I was like, oh my God. I said, I didn't know Uncle Tim cuss like this. But then I thought about it. I said, that ain't true.
Right. That ain't busting them. That's y'all.
No, that's them. And
Right.
my sound engineer, he was like, oh my God, Almond Brown. I was like, that is Almond Brown. I said, that is not.
That is the author. Right.
He was so tickled. He was so because I read, and this is the author of the book that I narrated, Miss Marla Morris, who's on the screen. So she's the author of the book that I narrated before. So it may have been like 2 cuss words in her book. So when I came to your book, he was like, "Oh wow." I was like, "Just hush." I said, "Just." But I got into character, and the people that was in the book and the names that you have in there, I kind of pictured who the people were and
Right,
how they usually are on YouTube or whatnot. So I kind of tried to get in the character. I'm not changing no voices or
right.
nothing like that because that would have been too hard to try to remember
Yeah,
all of those people.
that wasn't anybody though. That was just kind of loosely based on type of characters.
And I loosely put them right back in the.
Huh?
All right, Squeenie.
But that's how we sound. I mean, I'm sure if a regular person kind of wandered into the B sector, they would be exposed to, oh my goodness.
Listen,
What reality, right?
I mean, it is the stuff that was going on in the book. So for those of you that don't know, he has written another book, Murder in the B Sector. We're gonna segue from MUSE real quick. So I'm narrating that book, and it will be available on Audible when I tell y'all it's available. I'll let y'all know I got to record. I think it's 3 more chapters I have to record in that book. But those chapters, oh my God, it's like almost 30 pages per chapter.
Right. Is it that long?
It is 229 pages.
Right, right.
Yeah, so each chapter is about 30 pages long. And
Oh,
so that's almost a whole session.
right,
A
right.
whole 2 sessions or whatnot. But it's fun reading it because like I said, with my sound engineer, he's actually sitting there listening to me read. So he's getting into the book while I'm reading it too. So it's good so far. It's good so far.
A professional studio?
Oh yeah, I listen. I tried to do that by myself the first time with the recordings and everything, but it wasn't. It was too much. I had to know about the decibel levels and the roofing and all this other kind of crazy mess. So I actually go to a studio and I have somebody else to do all the editing for me.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, so I sit there and I read. It sound easy, but it's not because of course if I read, if I mess up, he'll stop, edit it out, then I'll go back. My breathing in the book, if I have to breathe a deep breath or something, he goes back in there and takes it out. Any sounds with my mouth or whatnot,
Uh-huh.
it's crazy that goes into it. So
Right.
I can't eat certain foods about 30 minutes to an hour before I go in there because
Right.
you know how your body makes noises when it's digesting your food. You might hear
Do all this stuff, right?
it. Listen, I can't eat nothing like ice cream, no sugars, no milk because it makes the mucus, it makes your saliva thick. And
Right.
so then I will be swallowing a whole lot. So then it's a whole lot that goes into doing it. But I've been busy trying to, get it all done. That coupled with, just life, being a mother and a business owner. But I'm
Busy,
having fun.
but you follow through on things though.
I try to as best as I can. I don't like really disappointing people, but there will be times where I may have to be like, you know what, I just can't do it. I don't like doing that, because
Uh,
if I tell you I'm gonna do something, then I like to do it. But when life happens, sometimes you just can't do everything that you put your hand in.
right, right, right. Plus, you're running the business too.
Right.
Yeah.
Sephora said, is there a line in the book that says they don't like this type of teaching?
We try not to steal other people's stuff.
Hey T Lounge, hey Clem. She
Uh,
said, Uncle Tim, you'll love the quality Almond Delights. See, yeah, she heard it. Have you listened to it? I have to send you the link to the book that I narrated for her.
okay, I only heard the sample. Well, I heard the sample of Muse. I didn't hear. So you have her book already on there?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a link. I'm gonna drop the link to it in the chat.
Okay, okay.
So those of you that want to, if y'all can go over and purchase the book, it's on Audible. But I put in the chat, if you want to get it there, or I can email it to you as well.
You email it to me so I can order it. I'll order it.
Okay, I'll email it to you. But the code that I just dropped in the chat is the one to the book that I narrated. It's also in the description bar for those of you that may come back on the replay and you don't see the chat yet. The code, all of the codes are in there. If you are in the UK, there's a code for that. If you're in France, there's a code for that. It's another code. I think it's like 2 other codes for other countries, but
Well, what's that? What's the name of the book?
it's called His Dream Her. It's called His Dream Her Nightmare. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a
His
good
dream, her nightmare.
title with a bang.
It's really good. It's really good.
He living in a dream, and she said, "No, hell no, this is night."
Hey, that might be what it's about. That might be what it's about. But it's real good. I think you'll be able to listen to it in probably in one sitting. You know, you like listening to audible books while you're laying down and things. So I think you'll like it. And then, you know, you can come on here and let us know how you like it as an author and listening to another author's, you know, reading or whatnot. So
Right. Yeah,
I'm sure she'll love the feedback from everybody because she is the Almond Delight. So she is over here part of the team, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like I said, we go ahead. Oh,
No, I just said I'll check it out tonight. I do read.
okay, good. She said the sequel is coming in August. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Cause we asked for it. I was like, is it another part to this book? Cause me and my sound engineer, we was like, wait a minute. Well, what happened next? So
Right.
I asked her, are you gonna write another part to this book? You know, so that's the great part about it. Like I like how you did with your well, I can't call it a trilogy because it's 4 pieces. So with the Epiphany, we wanted more, but you was like, oh no, love and gospel music come with this, so it's well rounded. You know, it's well rounded. So with hers, it was,
Five of a new sequel to this book, to Murder in the Beast Sector.
oh Lord Jesus, you
It's-
writing another one?
See, when you do a series, it's almost like it's writing one book. Really, you just keep on writing. You know, it's bad to stop. That's how I got stuck for over 3 years. So when you're writing a series, just keep on because you already got all your characters, all you got your locations, you already got a lot of your backstory and stuff like that. So yeah, this will be 3 or 4 books too. At
Oh,
least
oh Lord. So how far have you gotten into the second part of Murder in the Beast sector?
the second. Okay, the one I'm working on now.
Yes.
I'm in chapter 5.
Oh, good.
Murder in the Beast Sector was only nine chapters. I
It's
think I'm
not.
longer than with this one, maybe 10, 11 chapters, something like that. But like you said, they're long chapters, so yeah,
Well,
it
they're very descriptive.
got a good plot for it.
Oh, I can only imagine. It's listen, it's very they're very descriptive. There are longer chapters, but like I said, it's a lot of information packed into those chapters, you know.
Right.
So let's say Trina was crazy for what she her and the dragon. I say, oh
Oh,
no.
the dragon. No, they reappear. The dragon,
Oh,
Miss.
and
Remember Miss Heavenly? They should have called her Miss Demonic. They just like
yeah.
a Beast Sector, honey.
Miss Nubiology said, writer to writer, she'd love to have a conversation with you.
Okay, does she have a channel?
She has one, and you also have StreamYard too. What
Yeah.
Nubi do you do? Does Nubi do you do videos? Let me see. I don't know. I think she. Oh yeah, she does do videos.
Mm-hmm.
She does
We
videos.
should get together. We should do a stream yard where all the writers can come together and kind of discuss things.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Right.
So Nubi, you have to get with him. Well, do you want to give her your email?
Yeah, I can put it in here. I don't care. I
Okay.
can't. There's no place for me to put anything in here.
What is it? I'll put it in there for you.
Okay, just Timothy Blaine at AIM.com.
Wait. Well, you still use AIM?
I'm one of the few. AIM, not AOL. They're the same company.
Oh, shout out to the new member. Hey, T Lounge. Thank you so much for joining the AD 2.0. Thank you for joining the Almond Delights. Hey, RJ Supreme. Hey, Soap. That'll be so dope. So, yes, newbie, please email him, Timothy Blaine at aim.com. And I would love to see that. So, if there are any other writers, Miss Marla, I don't know if Miss Marla does panels, though.
Right. Well, she can do
one.
Huh? She can do her first one. So there's some things you want to ask. I used to go to when I was writing that series. I would have go to Facebook writers groups, and also I would watch a lot of writers on here on YouTube. But yeah, it kept me connected, answered a lot of questions.
So So what is it when I guess when you're watching another writer, what is it that you're looking for to gain from that writer?
Just I guess just to build confidence about writing, or what their procedure is. Like I learned how the discipline of writing, getting up at a certain time and writing every day, kind of thing. Almost all of them say you have to write every day, and
Mhm.
that's what something I stick to, even if it's only a paragraph. Keep writing every day, and that way you won't get stuck. You know. But
Is
it's all
there
kind of, yeah, they all have. Anne Rice has beautiful tips. She just died recently, but she had beautiful tips about writing. You know, and mostly
is,
a lot of just encouragement. You know.
is there a place I guess that you yourself will have to go in order to get in your zhuzh to get in there so you can keep writing? Is there a place that you sit or lay or whatnot that you go to that helps to keep your mind focused while you're writing?
No, I have two computers, so I do my videos in here, and then I do my writing on my other computer. But it's always the same place, just right in my computer. I can't write like out on my laptop or something like that. I can't do that. I got to be alone, peace, no quiet, like that. But
Oh, so you can't go to the park like how some writers will go to the park to get inspiration or sit out there
no,
and be able to write. Oh, so you have to be in your room.
right. I'm a homebody, so I'm easily distracted by other things. Some people
What?
they have cafes where people just sit on their laptops and write.
Yeah, but you said she said Mark Twain has good tips out there as well.
Mark Twain, oh my goodness, going way back in history.
Way back in history. I well for me, I would say because I do write poetry at times, but I am in sort of a block. But I am supposed to be writing a song, seeing as I do go to the studio. He has given me a task of writing a song or whatnot so I can sing it in the studio and make my own song. But I'm going so much that I can't sit down long enough most of the time
Uh-huh.
and clear my mind for me to be able to write. But most of the time when I am writing, I'm moving. I'm on the move. I'm on the go. I was in the tub one night, you know what I'm saying? It may be TMI, but whatever. I was taking me a bubble bath and all of a sudden, like words just came to me. And I
Right,
got my I had my phone in there because it was playing music. And I
right,
I got to writing and I wrote a whole poem in the
right.
tub.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody got their own style of how to do it. There are no real rules. You know, so
Do you think you're going to get to a point, I guess, in this series? Do you know how many books you're going to get put in this series?
I think probably three, a trilogy.
Hmm.
And that one it was four books, but I just couldn't stop. I feel like the story wasn't over. At some point, you kind of know it's over. We don't want to be like Empire, where it was already over, and now you got two more seasons.
You know, I never watched that
It
show.
was a great story, but it was over.
I never watched Empire.
Oh, go ahead and watch it. Start it from the beginning.
I know I don't want to. Like I would see it in passing with other people, but it was just for me, it was too much. I guess the last part, what you're talking about when they kept adding on too much stuff, all of
Mm,
the singing and all of the other, it wasn't like that, I guess, in the beginning. A lot of people didn't like that, but I just never had the umption to watch Empire. I just never did.
right.
So I
Well,
probably still won't.
your kind of story. There are plenty of stories out there, honey. I'm thinking about starting Greenleaf over. That was a good series too.
It was. I still have to finish, I think, the last couple of episodes of the last season.
Uh-huh. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. I probably will. I don't know. When I'm at work, that's most of the times when I'm watching TV because I barely turn my TV on. If I turn it on, it's got YouTube on it. It's a smart.
Right,
You know, I have a projector with a Roku. It has a Roku that's attached to it, and so YouTube is on there. So
right,
I put YouTube on the freaking wall. So
right. Yeah, it
so it's just
takes over. YouTube is addictive because I hardly watch television at all. I don't know why I'm paying them people $200 a month because I hardly watch television
you pay them how much?
for cable.
Oh my! You said $200
Yeah, it's $200 a month.
for
But the main
no.
thing is because I need fast internet, so that's
Oh,
like,
so you're
but and they bundle it all.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
I need
No,
to.
it's not worth it. It's to me, it's I can't. Oh, she said she need to revisit Greenleaf too. Mm-hmm.
That was beautifully written.
Yeah, listen, it was really good. Uh, at first I was like, oh my gosh, they on here, church stuff. But I'm like, it started getting good. Like this stuff actually goes on and does actually happen in the church. So, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
when you get past that
It
part of it,
ain't no less evil than the ones outside the church. Yeah.
no, a lot of them are not. Yeah, a lot of them are not. Are you into Power and Mayans? What is Mayans? I never heard of that, and I've never watched Power either.
I never saw Power.
That's that 50
Except
Cent movie.
what do you call it, premium channels on cable, and then I pay $200 a month with no premium channels at all. I watch uh, I watch Netflix. I watch this thing. They have movies on here when you pay for premium, and then I watch Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I
So
watch Amazon Prime. On
yeah,
on Saturday nights we watch Amazon. Now that's when I watch TV at home. Well, it's not really TV because it's on my laptop, but I do movie nights on Saturday nights and we watch movies off of Amazon Prime.
right, yeah,
Yeah, so I watch it on here. Well, I watch it on Twitch. I don't do it on YouTube because they'll shut me down. But it's an app called Twitch. And so me and my people, we go over there on Saturdays and we watch movies together.
okay, okay. We got
Yeah.
all those stories start. A lot of them started off as novels too, but that's all still writing.
Hmm.
Writing, they can take your novels and turn it into a movie, turn it into a play, turn it into whatever. It still has to be written. That you have to have a story. So y'all started as a story.
I just feel like the mind of these people that come up with some of these storylines, even with Murder in the Beast Sector. But
Yeah,
I feel like with Murder in the Beast Sector, I've seen it, so I know it can actually happen and come together. But if I would have never heard of a Beast Sector and then I read your book, I'd be like, what in the heck? Like, is this really something that can happen? Is this what happened?
it ain't that far fetched, baby. They just chose the wrong one to dox. They just
Right.
doxed the wrong one.
But I had never heard of doxing until I came on YouTube into the beef sector. I had never heard of doxing.
Me either. Me either.
Oh,
Lethal can be dangerous. So
but it seems like everybody has their own interpretation of doxing because somebody will say if you show a picture of somebody, then that's doxing, and other
mm,
people say no, that's not true. Or if you put up somebody's first name, that maybe they use their first name and you pull their last name, then they'll say you're doxing, but somebody say no, that's not true. I mean, so it's too
right,
many too
right,
many dynamics going into that
look,
whole thing of doxing. Just don't do it.
right. In the Urban Dictionary, they'll probably say their posted people's phone numbers or addresses is doxing, right?
Hmm.
People have taken it to such another level because there's all kind of other stuff added in. All these phone calling people, all that stuff. I consider all that doxing people, posting personal information, whatever you know about them, honey. They cheated their way to school, whatever. You put it on there. That's all doxing.
Hmm. It
So
is.
in Murder in the Beef Sector, I mean, I won't tell the story, but in Murder in the Beef Sector, they just dox this person like they would just doxing anybody else. Like it's a big game, it's a little laugh, right? And they just dox their way into a serious crime, and that's when
Mhm.
all the trouble started.
Baby, when Thelma the cat ended up on the other side of the world, that's
Thelma
when
the
I knew
see
that
what
cat
Thelma the cat. I
that
don't.
was that was Trina's cat.
Oh yes, yes. Oh yes.
All right, I ain't gonna tell no more of it. I ain't gonna tell no more of it.
Enjoy
But
that
yeah,
out, honey.
when she ended up in that hotel room, I said, "Well, you what in the world? How in the world?"
She said she's gonna make her pay. Mm.
Yeah. And she's doing it, but see, she didn't figure it out until let me shut up because I feel like I'm gonna start talking too much about the book. We'll
Right.
wait till we get there and then we'll
Yeah,
discuss it.
but you're liking it. You liking
I
Murder?
am. I am.
Yeah.
I am
Good.
liking it. So that was my first time reading it. I didn't read it until I got to the point of me recording it for you. So I don't know what's going on
Good.
because
Suspense. That's good.
yeah, I want it to be fresh. So I still don't know the last three chapters of the book. I don't know what's going on. I don't
Right.
know what's going to happen or whatnot. So it's just,
You
it's
know,
all going to be fresh. And I like it that way.
when I write though, I don't know what I'm going to write the next day. Nothing happens until I sit at the computer. It's like I'm creating it as I'm writing it. So I have no idea what's going to happen next.
That's
Not
so. So
forever.
you're not thinking about it ahead of time?
No, it comes as I'm writing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've heard other writers say that as well. You got to be sitting. You got to write. That's it. You know.
Miss Marla, did that happen for you too, Miss Marla? Did you just sit down and write? And RJ Supreme said he's surprised that you're not into that show P Valley.
Huh?
P Valley, do you watch that?
I was surprised with him. He's not into P. I did watch P Valley. I watched. Is it on? Is there another season? Yeah, I like that. I watched P Valley.
I never watched it.
As a matter of fact, RJ Supreme, in this new sequel, there is a P Valley in here. It ain't called P Valley. It ain't called P Valley. But one of the girls, one of the content creators, is actually a stripper as well. Well, she's many things, but she worked at a strip club, and somebody calls her job. I won't say anymore. It's so tempting. It's so tempting.
Oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord, not called a job.
People got all kinds of jobs, honey.
She said she's a Miss Marla said she's a plotter and a planner, so she plans her book. She writes out the plots and things.
Okay, that's her style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does it different, honey. Some people can plot the whole thing out before they even sit down. You know, it's just their style of writing. It'll come to you as you do it. You know, you recognize, well, this is comfortable. This is how I get the most work done. Whatever. This is what works for me. Hi, RJ.
I think I already said I want to start writing my book, but I feel like I don't know when I'm gonna start. I had it on my mind. Maybe this year, sometime this year. I've always said I wanted to write a book, or me and my sisters write a book about our lives and our experiences and things of that nature coming up. But I don't know. We'll see. But I guarantee you, I am gonna write one or whatnot. But so reading your book and Miss Marla and Spill It Boy and MC Shaky, just reading y'all books, it gave me that inspiration back to want to write.
Actually finish something, you know. To tell a whole story. You can finish the whole life, you know.
Right. Well, she said once she's really into it, she write. I will write it as I go. Once she's really into the book, then she'll write it as she goes.
Oh, that's what's wonderful, honey. Sometimes you'll be almost to the end before it start clicking in. But then you just know the character so well, you know exactly what they think, what they say, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then you get to rewrite. You get to rewrite. Like I have the basic plot is coming to me now, but when you do the rewrite, the second draft is real smooth because you know the whole story from beginning to end. You know what's going to happen in the whole bit. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna be writing again.
Have you ever written, I guess, from the end, like you know what you wanted, how you wanted the story to end, and then go backwards?
No. Mm-hmm.
No.
That's how a guy, what's his name, John Irving, he writes that way. He starts with the end of the book. John Irving, he wrote Prayer for Owen Meaning. That's one of my favorite books. But he writes from the last page. He starts there and writes backwards. I don't do that. Just depends on how you enjoy writing. You know what comes to you, how it comes to you.
I think for me, I'll be able to write from the end as well. I feel like because that's all I want to tell. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm writing my life book, okay, I want to stop at the age of 30. Right. So I'm gonna start with that story right there, and then I'll go back to whatever age I want to begin at. So I feel like I can be a backwards writer as well, you know, as going from in order or whatnot. But what she said,
you won't know till you sit down and write. You just gotta write, you know. And then it's amazing because many times I only write one paragraph a day. Right? As long as I got one paragraph, I can quit at any point. Sometimes I get lucky and I get a whole page in, but many times it's just one thing. And then when you read it after you've gotten the whole chapter, you say, well, damn, it sounds like I just read it. I just wrote it at one time, you know. But no. Each chapter was a different day, you know.
So do you write after you finish with that paragraph? Do you go back and read everything else up until that paragraph to see how it flows?
Oh yes, honey. I have quite a process because I'm dyslexic. If you ever hear me read anything, it's real choppy, right? That's because I'm dyslexic, right? I don't read straight across. So I have to write in my Word. I have to copy it, paste it into a reader it reads the story back to me, and that's how I can find any inconsistencies. I can edit as I'm going, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But no, I can't just sit there and just read 2 pages and then write. I go and I listen to 2 pages. That's also the way I read audiobooks. I listen to 2 pages, and then I just add more onto it from there. But I always have to go back a couple of pages to continue. Right, just because you got all these different characters and these different scenes and kind of thing.
Right.
You don't want one person talking, and then you forgot all about him. You didn't talk to 5 other people. You didn't forget all about his story. You know, you got to be consistent, so he's in the story all the way through. Each individual, and the Murder in the Beef, I mean, the Beef Sector series is all these different people. You know, I'm trying to stick to 8 characters, but too many more than that makes it too hard to follow. You know, but yeah.
Well, that makes sense because I know when I'm recording it, I have to go back. He has to replay me probably the last paragraph of the last chapter that I read, so I can get the flow and the tone of what it was I was reading beforehand. So I'll know, okay, this is what happened in the last chapter or in the last paragraph, and just flow. So how you have to go back and listen to whatever it was that you were listening to before you start writing again. That's how I have to listen to it. I have to go back and listen to it.
You're learning a new art form then.
Oh yeah, I think I've picked up on it, and having a sound engineer to kind of help because that's his job. That's what he does. We kind of thought of ways to be able to make it a little bit easier. But still, even after I finished listening, recording the whole book. Then I go into the separate room where he is with all of his equipment and stuff. And then we have to listen to the book all over again. So we go back. Yeah, I go back through each chapter. And so I'm sitting there with my laptop and I'm listening to myself read. So if I hear a word that I said wrong, I have to redo that word. And it's crazy because he good at what he do. Because let's say I said, she said, but then I messed it up and it said she or something like that. He'll cut that part out, find another part of the story that I said she said in, copy that part, and then paste it into the area so I don't have to go back and re-record.
Oh my goodness, he's good. It's good to have that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing it first class.
Listen, it's a whole lot, and you would think that I've been doing this multiple times, but it's only my second book. But we kind of picked up on it the first time we went around with doing it and listening to the book and editing as we go. We kind of switched it up because I know the last part of the last book, if I messed up, I would just I would go back and redo it, reread it, and keep going. And then at the end, he edited. He was like, "Oh no, we're not doing that again." He stopped me right then. We have our own words. So if I mess up, I have a specific word that I tell him. He'll stop, edit it, go back, then I restart again.
Right.
Yeah. So do you hear me when I do this on here at the end of the book? I say and scene. Do you hear?
Right. I
So
noticed that.
You're gonna hear that when you listen to her book. At the end of the book, you're gonna hear me say and scene. She wanted me to keep that part in there. So
right.
Yeah, that was me letting him know that I was done reading a chapter. When I say and scene, that was me letting him know. But when she heard that, and he forgot to take it out, and she listened to it, and she was like, "Oh, I want you to keep that in there." So I thought it was so funny, but it does add an air of, it's a personal thing, and that's what she heard me doing on here reading, on YouTube. That's what I did. So that was in her book as well.
Now, have you checked out the other ACX actors and authors? How they match them up?
I listened to some of their what do they call it? Auditions or whatnot. I listened to some of them, but I haven't really paid attention because I've been on y'all. So I tried to do an audition for somebody, but remember when you told me that it was too low? You said that the sample was too low. So we went back and re-uploaded. I think we put something else there. It might have been Miss Marla's I might have used her book for my sample. So I redid it. Yeah, I went ahead and redid it because you said it was too low.
Yeah, it worked fine though. But I was just saying that you see how these actors and actresses, they do this all the time now. You're getting get going, and people can contact you. Because one thing they are short of on there, in my opinion, is they don't have enough black people reading, right? A lot of black authors, and they want the same kind of voice, right? So there'll be a lot of people, you'll be in demand if you know how to do it well. People contacting you, can we partner, kind of thing. And after you've done it, like anything, you do it. The more you do it, the easier it's going to become for you.
I'm ready for it, and I already have her next book. So once I finish with your book, we going right. I'm rolling right into the next one.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
See?
So she wrote her second book. And then so I'll introduce that to you guys once I get towards the end of this one. I'll introduce that book to everyone as well.
Okay, she wrote a sequel already.
No, it's not a sequel. It's another book, but the sequel to His Dream, Her Nightmare is coming out in August. So
Oh,
this is a I think this is a standalone book. So it's not in correlation with the other book.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So
No,
I'll let y'all know, and I will email you the link to the other one that I just narrated, so you can purchase it and listen to it.
okay, I'll get that tonight. That's the way I go to sleep. I like to listen to audiobooks.
Well, you'll like it. You'll like it, and then when you see me again, or we come back here next Monday, we'll discuss. If you listen to it by then, we'll discuss. How you like her book as well.
Okay, okay. We already review it. We'll see.
I'm excited. So, is there anything else you want to say to the people before we go?
No, I just say hello, Chad. How y'all doing?
How
Did y'all
y'all doing today?
did y'all see me over there cussing out Auntie Hammy today?
I saw that. I was in the chat. I was actually over here getting ready and doing my intro for your book. I was
Uh,
like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
she came on through, baby. You
I
gotta love
was
this.
like, oh my God, that was so funny. And Deanna was in the chat going back and forth. I was like, Lord Jesus. It was funny though. But that goes to show you that those people, unless somebody sent her the video, they actually sit up here and search for their name in the titles of people's videos.
Right.
Because otherwise, how would she know to come over there? Either she
Right.
subscribed to you and she
She
got
was
your notification.
live. When I was live, she was live. But I guess she went from one to the other. But she says she's a meth addict, so we don't know. We'll see.
You think? I don't think. Well, I don't know. I can't say she's not. I don't know.
I've been around, and I know, no. And yeah.
Hey, if anybody would know, I know you would know, but that,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it was crazy because you was about to get off, I think, and then she
She
came
was
into the chat. Yeah, you was live for about 2 hours, right?
huh?
You was live for about 2 hours, weren't you?
Yeah, that's unusual for me. I never go over an hour. Very rarely. But
Yeah,
she called it out, honey.
she had you going. She had you going.
Cha-ching.
She fell into the trap. She fell
Right.
into the trap. And that was making it rain. Did she tell you she was gonna send you some money or something?
She said she was going to match whoever put money in the chat. She was going to match it. She was showing us that she was a wealthy woman, right? But she only made it past the first two. She didn't think they would start super chatting, honey. So she backed down. She owed us $160, I think. That was a pretty high grocer. She gave me almost $300. She raised it, so.
Also,
Yeah.
she did send you money though.
She said that other people started. They wanted to bring it out of her. So she said she's gonna match every dime they sent. They just started sending super chats. She had to.
Oh my God, I gotta go back and see that part. I missed
Right.
that part.
It's funny. So I hope you're gonna enjoy MUSE. It's gonna, believe me, the story's gonna pick up. There's a major twist coming around the mountain.
Oh, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
You'll be like,
Look, my sister, this is my sister. She liked when you did
I
her
said,
first time encountering you was when you did that Cardi B WAP review that wet and good shit.
wet and gushy. Mm-mm-mm.
So that was her first encounter with you because she does not know anything about the beef sector, but
Uh,
she was watching my video, and I played your video in my video that time, and she said about 50 to 60 of your views on that video came from her.
Oh my
because
goodness.
she kept rewinding it and she kept going back and watching. She kept going back and watching just that part of the video. So I would.
All this YouTube stuff is addictive, honey.
It is. It
I
really is.
rarely even make it to see my news programs anymore. They
Th-
Damn Designs is your sister.
Yes, that's my sister. That's my blood sister.
Oh, okay, it's nice y'all on here together.
And you can go ahead and she can drop your link in the chat, sis, because she started a channel as well. If you guys want to go and subscribe to her,
Oh,
y'all go
okay,
subscribe. She's a crafter, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go and support my sister. If y'all can go subscribe to her channel, it'll be very much appreciated. Thank you so very much. But
okay,
yeah,
yeah. All right.
all
Well,
right. Thank you so much, Uncle Tim.
all right. Love you, girl.
Love y'all. We'll see you later.
Thank you for all your work.
You're welcome. Thank you. Child, that went in gush gush. Honey. But that was Mr. Timothy Blaine, the author of Muse, honey, which is the book that we're reading down here to the Almond Delights Reading Corner for the next couple of weeks. This book has 15 chapters. We try to do at least two chapters a week, but some of the chapters are maybe about 25 to 30 pages long. So we'll see how far we get if we're able to do two to keep it within our time, our normal time limit. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you guys would like, oh, well, let me drop the link again. So she's dropping the link to her channel. I'm dropping the link to my channel. Not my channel, but his dream, her nightmare. If you guys can please go over to um the link, hit the link and purchase the book. You know, it wouldn't just be helping myself, but it's also helping the author, Miss Marla Morris. So we would appreciate it if you guys go over and support us. Is Auntie Hemi on TikTok? Girl, yeah, she on TikTok. She on YouTube. She on Instagram. Girl, she is a whole hoot and a holler. She a little cray cray. That's her. That pew pew pew. It's a 22. It's a 45. It's a chopper. That's her. Baby, that's her with the chopper, child. That's her with the chopper. All of that. But yes, I appreciate shout out to the members. Thank you so much for the T Lounge for joining the Almond Life 2.0. I really appreciate you for doing that as well. Listen, T Lounge, girl, I got to get with you, girl. I got to get with you. What are you doing? If you're still here, I'm gonna have to email you. I'm gonna have to email you while I'm still sitting right here right now. Girl, yeah, with the old, that's her husband. With the old man, that's her husband. That's our old white man, honey. That's our old white man. But if you guys would like to become a member, go ahead and hit that link down below. It's only $4.99 a month, and that would be you telling me that, girl, I want to support you. I may not super chat you, I may not cash app you, but girl, this little $4.99 a month, honey, this is here saying that I love your channel. I love what you do. I'm not asking for your firstborn child. I ain't asking for his social security number, and I'm not asking for his heartbeat. Cause you know what I'm saying. Some people just be wanting it and everything, baby. They want your everything, honey. And I'm gonna be screaming, I have nothing, nothing, nothing. I ain't got it for you. I'm just telling you right now. I'll just tell you right now. I'm not gonna overpromise and underdeliver. I'm not gonna do it. But I do appreciate I do appreciate all of my members. And there is some behind the scenes footage. Y'all have to let me know if y'all saw the last video because I did I put a video on the members wall of me doing a read of Murder in the Beast Sector so you guys will be able to hear. I'm not sure what chapter it was that I did upload, but there's also behind the scenes footage of me when I was recording his dream, her nightmare in the studio when I was at home and stuff like that when I was trying to do it on my own. So you guys see all of that and how things go together. You guys will be able to see that. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. Make sure y'all hit all of the links in the description bar to get to his book on Amazon, to get to his dream, her nightmare, to get to his YouTube channel, Mr. Timothy Blaine's YouTube channel. If you are an author and you want your book to be read here on Almond Delights Reading Corner, You can, if you want to send the book, you can also send the book. We have a PO box, and I'm going to put it on the screen. Almond Brown 09 PO Box 1058 Stark STARKE Florida 32091. You guys can send your books there if you want to do that as well, or if you want to send anything else, any gift or whatnot, you can send it to the PO box as well. It's appreciated, but it's not required. Okay. Hey, Miss Tanya. Hey, girl. Hey. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I love you guys. Like I always tell you guys, smile at somebody. It'll change their day. Oh, wait a minute, real quick. Go over if you like to listen to my books on podcast style. Although this whole thing is gonna be on over there, which is okay. But if you like to listen to the book podcast style, go over there on my podcast anchor.fm/ Almond Brown 09. And I have all of the other books that I've read. Mr. Tim's his book Love and Gospel Music, as well as the Epiphany is over there. I've read all of James Colwell's, aka Spilly Boy. I've read all of his books. That is over there as well. I've read MC Shaky's book, The Kingdom. That's over there on my podcast as well. It's also a playlist here on YouTube, which I think a lot of people say they like the YouTube as well because of the facial expressions and things of that nature. But all of the books will be in their own playlist here, so you can just hit play all and listen to it and let it go. I know that's how my sister does it at work when she can't catch up. She listens to it in the playlist or whatnot. I also have other shows over there on my podcast, other shows that I've done. I've done a show with one of my moderators. I had D1 or D Vlogs. I've done a show with her over there as well. I've also done shows by myself over there. So you guys can go over there and check that part out. But okay, y'all know I do long outros, so don't judge me, okay? Shout out to my alma bearers, aka my moderators. I appreciate you guys for being here, always being here with me and for dropping all the information down there in the chat as well as enjoying the content. Like I real deal, like I love y'all. Y'all know I do. I do. And all of my Almond Delights 2.0, all of my Almond Delights, everybody that chooses to come over here and indulge me in my foolishness. I thank you guys so much. Smile at somebody. Oh, wait. God dang it. I hate. Hold on, real quick. We ain't going nowhere. Don't go nowhere. So if you was a part of that 100 days of saving, real quick, I'm gonna pull out my third envelope. Here go my envelopes. I said I want to do this on here with you guys. Hey, Truth, how you doing, girl? So this is my third. This will be my third day pulling. Let me go ahead and shuffle these envelopes really quickly. I hope you guys are doing well on your savings. Thus far, we are 3 days into our 100 days of saving. If you do not know what that is, please refer back to the 2 videos ago that I did, and it's labeled 100 Days of Saving. And all of the information will be there for you. So, what I'm about to do is I'm going to choose an envelope that is here, and whatever the denomination is on the envelope, that is what I will be saving for the day. I don't know what it's going to be, but we shall see. What do I have to put in the envelope for today? Do Jesus. Okay, golly. So this is how much I have to put in the envelope for today. And this is day 3. That is $132 that I have to put into my envelope for today. So let me go ahead, because I told y'all I want, if I'm here, if I have a show planned that day, then I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna pull the money. I'm gonna pull the envelope with you guys for that day. So I have to put in the envelope $132. So that is what I am going to do. Oh, I need some more. Oh Lord Jesus. And I hope you guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back on my last video and hopefully you guys will join in. I got everybody's name written down. So you guys will see that I am putting in a $132 into this envelope. And so yesterday I pulled $8 and $180. is going into the envelope. So we almost there, y'all. We on the road to saving $10,100 in 100 days. So if that is something that you guys would like to embark on with the challenge, it's not too late. You guys can still go at it with us. There is about 20 of us, 15 to 20 of us that have joined in. So again, that is mine for day 3. And yeah. So don't forget Wednesday night I have a show with Polo, the creator. If I'll go get her, I'll go get it real quick. Look at me. I'll just be forgetting stuff. How y'all let me forget? Wednesday night we have a show over on Polo the Creators channel. It's called Around the World. Around the World with Us. Let me show y'all real quick for those of you that may be coming over here for the first time. Around the World with Us is a news show that Polo and myself does every Wednesday night, every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can go over and sub to her if you're not already, and come over and join us. If you guys have any stories that you want us to cover, please put them. Email me. You can email me or Polo. But we've had a great time. Oh, child, I thought I put it up. Did I not? Oh, there it go. But that's Around the World with Us. We're on season 2, episode 1. We're over on her channel this week. So email me almondbrown09@gmail.com if you have any stories that you want us to speak on over there on the channel. So then the following week we'll be back with me over here on the with the Almond Delights. So we go back and forth every single week. But I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to her channel. And then we will be back here Saturday night at 9 o'clock p.m. for our movie night, which is Twitch. Over on Twitch, we'll be back here watching the movie. Y'all find out what we watching when y'all get there. I don't tell y'all till y'all get there, but twitch.com/almondbrown09. We have a great time. If you've never been down there, you should come. Okay, download the Twitch app and come down there and chat it up with us. All right, that's it. I done told y'all bye about 50 times. Okay, bye y'all. Smile at somebody. It'll change their day. It may even change your day, honey. Even with a mask on, baby, they can still see it in your eyes. Okay. I love you guys with the love of God. And there is what, honey? Nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Thank you all for joining another episode of Almond Delights Reading Corner. I pray that you enjoyed yourself and you're relaxed in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. Come back and join us again next week as we continue our reading. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Be blessed and enjoy your evening.